any comments on the Mersh Ralph shit last night? You know, I don't discuss any drama on this show unless it's happening in my life.
Right. Do you follow it, though?
I don't know what happened with Mersh and Ralph last night, but I do know. How much do I divulge here? Because I was going to hold this till tomorrow. I won't divulge anything that'll over Ralph. How's that?
Okay.
I did have a conversation with Ethan Ralph. And Ethan Ralph and I buried the hatchet from our history. Now, I am not going to work with Ethan Ralph. I'm not going to say ever. But at least right now, I'm not going to work with Ethan Ralph. I'm not going to work with anybody that may have like contributed in any way to my shit.
Just the shitstorm in general. Yeah. Okay.
But I did talk to Ralph, and one thing we did clear up was his contempt of court charge, because Ralph decided to go in on me, and Ralph wrote to me about something else that we're not going to directly work together on. But he wrote to me and he said, well, you know what? Why don't I read them? That way I'm not embellishing.
Okay.
I'm not going to read anything that would betray his confidence or anything like that, because he did. I'll say this. Ethan Ralph pulled a dude move. Like, he pulled a man move. I still can't. Oh, we talked about wrestling for a little bit. Here we go. Jesus Christ, there's a lot here. I'm not going to read that part because that gives away something. I blamed you for me missing one visit with my son, which I sort of embellished because it was my contempt that did that, his contempt of court. Okay. Then he talks about someone else. Not going to talk about that. I think you know which one I consider worse. As a father yourself, I think you would agree. So I said, look, man, you never came and talked to me about what happened in court. They blamed me for you streaming my appearance. They already had your ass, but I just told them you and I were not friendly. Because the thing about Ralph's contempt of court charge, it was at my original arraignment. They asked me about Ethan Ralph. They go, this guy, Ethan Ralph, streamed this court appearance. They were very upset about it. And they thought he was like on my side, and they were going to like use that against me. Like, they were going to make me part of Ethan Ralph's thing. And I said, Ethan Ralph and I are not friendly. He does not like me. He despises me. So they said, okay. They were already going to get Ethan Ralph for contempt of court before I said a word. But they were going to try and lump me in with it. And I was like, nope, I got enough shit on my plate. I said, you were already for doing something stupid. I would never take anyone away from their kids, but I was just trying to get back to mine. And he said, you're right. I should have talked to you like a man, and I definitely broke the law, LOL. And then the rest is about this thing.
This thing that he's got going, right? Okay.
So I don't want to spill the beans on his thing. But then we just started talking about stuff. There's some other stuff that I don't want to talk about, that I don't want to betray his confidence on. But Ralph and I did talk. We did bury the hatchet. I did say, though, that at least for now, I don't think it's a good idea that we work together. He agreed. It wasn't like we had some fight about it. He's like, no, I think it's great. I think it's this. We agreed that now's not the time. But it's always nice to clear the air with people.
Okay.
You know?
So circling back to the Mersh Ralph stuff, do you even know anything about it? I don't even know what it is.
There is a thing where, like, this girl wanted to, like, this e-girl, I don't even think she was an e-girl. I think she was like a chat rat. She wanted to Mersh.
Okay.
Mersh told her no. He said, and you know what? To Mersh's credit, he was very self-aware. He's like, I'm paraphrasing. He released the DMs. I'm human garbage. Whatever instinct you have that's causing you to do this, have it removed surgically from your body. Okay. And so he was he was very clear to her. Well, she went and then Ralph.
Okay.
But the thing is, like, somebody else was playing the pimp. Like, someone else was like pimping her out to these guys. And it's so weird. It's so internety. I mean, I felt like I had to go to Whitney Center and play basketball because I just had to, like, go outside. So, like, Ralph, this girl, I don't know if they're together. I don't know what the deal is. I just know that there was a thing over some woman, like there always is. and now they're beefing.
That's a shame.
Mad Move says it is way past that shit now, Aaron. Mersh is now saying he is taking Ralph's kids and going to be the new dad figure and shit. Well, that just shows that you're out of content. That just shows that you can't do this as like an entertainer and be funny about it if you're saying you're going to take his kid. That's just a lowbrow dog shit move. But here's the deal. At least Mersh admits that he's bottom feeding and he's desperate to hang in this life and he will go anywhere and do anything. And he's kissing any ring he can, including like Mersh. There was a guy Mersh used to call a danger to children. And now he's bent the knee and kissed the ring because Nightwave was dying.
Oh.
And, everybody's got a decision to make. And he made his.
I hope he's happy with it. That's the best you can do. I hope you're happy.
So
with
yeah,
it.
I would rather stay on the sidelines for this.
Sounds good.
It ain't
not
got
involved at all, and I'm very happy about
it. Ain't got nothing to do with me. It's between those two. So yeah, I'm just glad I got to clear the air with Ralph. It was cool that he reached out. My instincts have gotten better over the last year or so, and I said it's just not a good idea for you and I to work together.
Yeah.
I'm not into the same shit he's into. I do a morning show. I do a morning zoo talk show. They do drama stuff. If Mersh offers to bury the hatchet, you taking both offers. I don't have any hatchet to bury with Mersh. I don't.
Yeah.
We don't have any involvement. I mean, outside of him having his truck repossessed and needing money, Mersh and I have never been directly involved with each other. You have to understand, every single one of these steel toe people, outside of maybe two guys, I don't have any connection with. They needed me. I never needed them. I never used them. Nothing. I'll take little pot shots here and there because I'm funnier than they are. But like,
they do the same back. It's kind of the game.
They've always kind of needed me. There's no hatchet to bury with Mersh because I don't take anything Mersh has done personal because I know it's just been for money because he needs Nightwave to stay afloat. So you can only do so much Jack Scalafani,